Do I still receive alimony after my husband retires? That's a great question. I get it a lot. My name's board certified divorce lawyer Christopher Bruce. Let me tell you how this all works. In Florida and in most other states, people are allowed to retire, and when they do, they can seek to have their alimony obligation reduced. This doesn't just happen automatically. They have to file a court case to have the judge look at their alimony obligation, but it can happen. Your husband's ability to do this is usually triggered at age 67, although the timing can vary based on his profession. As an example, a commercial airline pilot might be forced to retire at age 62, so the process for the pilot's wives can start a little bit earlier. So what happens when somebody retires and asks the court to reduce their alimony obligation? Well, they don't get to reduce their alimony automatically. The way it works is the court's going to look at what your husband's income is once he retires. And more specifically, is he going to have the ability to pay the alimony to you or any alimony to you based on his retirement income? Remember, when people retire, their income doesn't automatically go to zero. Sometimes they receive pensions, a check that shows up in the mail. Sometimes they're making money from their investments that they're able to access. All of these things can be sources of income to pay alimony to you after they retire. So if your husband asks the alimony to be reviewed, the court's going to look at all of these sources of income and look at your husband's after retirement expenses and determine, does he have the ability to pay any money to you? Sometimes the answer to that is yes. Sometimes he can pay all of the alimony that he's supposed to pay already. Sometimes the alimony has to go down. Sometimes in retirement, your husband's income isn't going to be that much or anything. He's not going to have the ability to pay alimony to you. It's just really a case-by-case basis. Moral of the story, though, is don't think that just because your husband retires, alimony automatically stops. If you're watching this and you're not divorced yet, and your husband's getting closer to retirement age, I strongly urge you in your divorce settlement to make sure that you deal with what happens when your husband retires. The reason for this is if you deal with what happens on retirement contractually in your divorce settlement agreement, you don't have to go through this alimony reduction process, but it takes the right settlement agreement language to avoid getting dragged into court later when your husband retires. If you're watching this, I really recommend that you learn a little bit more about the ins and outs of alimony, even if your divorce was a few years ago. We've linked in the description our Florida alimony overview. It's a deep dive of about 20 minutes. It tells you just about everything you could need to know about alimony, including how much is it, how long does it last, what happens when somebody retires, what happens if somebody doesn't pay. Everything is there. I recommend that you take a look. Also, if you're approaching divorce, you should take the time before you speak to attorneys to get educated on the basics of the law. If you're watching this video, that's a great start. I recommend you also read our free book, The Florida Divorce Law Guide. It tells you in plain English, not lawyer gibberish, how all the laws will work in your divorce case. The book is available for free. Just click on the link in the description or go to divorceinformationbooks.com. So I hope this answered your question. If not, or if you think of anything else, put it in the comments. We try to get back to the comments quickly. Also, like and subscribe for more of these videos. We put them out regularly on divorce-related subjects. If your divorce is going to be happening in the Florida area, I welcome you to consider my law firm, the Bruce Law Firm. Myself or one of my law partners can sit down with you, answer your questions, give you a customized strategy, and help you move forward with confidence.